everybody, and welcome to the Daily Scopes for the 5th of July. So Mercury makes a sextil to Saturn, Uranus makes a semi-square to the Moon's North Node, and Mars makes a sextile to Saturn, and there's a new moon as well. So if you want to know more about the new moon, check out the order in the separate playlist. So yeah, Mercury's in Cancer and Saturn's in Aquarius when Mercury makes a sextil to Saturn, and this is exact at 4:38 AM and going to leave us around tomorrow about midnight, something like that. Uranus makes a semi-square to the Moon's North Node, and this is exact at 8:44 AM, and this leaves us on the 10th of July. And I would have talked about that in more depth on Monday and the 30th of June. Well, I don't know, no, Sunday the 30th of June, yeah. So yeah, Mars also makes a sextile to Saturn, and Mars is in Aries and Saturn's in Aquarius, and this is exact at 8:02 PM today. So Mercury's sextil to Saturn allows us to face our challenges and to fight through the conflicting thought patterns that can come up. So right now we can get lost in our head. This can lead to misunderstandings in what we say to others or what we thought that we heard and all the rest of it as well. And there can also be delays in decision making as well, so it's best to check facts. Give yourself time and space to reply, apologise, and be open to any apologies for any miscommunication and mishaps. Ultimately, it gives us the opportunity to develop more patience and improve our clarity in expressing our ideas and, you know, actively listening to other people and stuff like that as well. And the best use of this energy is to carefully structure our thoughts before communicating them to others and allow ourselves to be open to deepening our conversations. So for some of you, it can be a surprise. It could be with someone you see on a commute, you know, often at a coffee shop or your local supermarket or store, or someone who's an online friend who you barely talk to, but something happens and you make a deeper connection. Or for some of you, be a new person. So yeah, Mars's sextile to Saturn allows us to be more disciplined, to have more energy, to overcome the obstacles that come up in our day-to-day, which is good. It allows us to be more focused and productive and take practical actions towards achieving our goals today and our longer-term goals as well, and just be more efficient and determined. And it's great for strategic planning and, you know, making slow but methodical steady progress. So this is the time to think before we act, react and do right now. So the best use of this energies of today is to overcome your obstacles with resilience and purpose. Be patient in communication and take a proactive approach towards resolving problems and achieving your goals, giving people space if they ask for it, taking your space if you need it as well. Embracing the setbacks and opportunities that can come up right now is the best use of this energy. Content creators can talk about how we can, you know, make our home, family relationships, committed relationships, hookup relationships and all forms of relationships more peaceful, how we can forgive, talking about the power of forgiveness, how hard it is to forgive. I know some people are right asshats, you know, but for your own sanity, believe me, it works on your own sanity, you know, and to keep it. When I was younger, I used to forgive way easy. And then I went through a period where I found it harder, and then I realised, you know, people thought, why don't they forgive? So I understand it can be hard, and at different stages of our lives we're more open to different things than others, but we have to always keep our eye on the prize, and the prize should be, I believe, is inner stability and inner peace throughout our lives. And this is brought about by conquering our self-doubt, forgiving others and ourselves, and just accepting reality for what it is. And typically involves not being too ready to ignore red flags and falling in love with potential, because I believe all human beings have the potential, but it's the actual daily habits that we have that make us who we are, and so we become what we do and what we think. So it's important to, you know, fall in love with actualities rather than potential. So yeah, Obviously, if the other person is working towards change, then of course, you know, there's nuances. But in general, if someone's not wanting to change and we keep on seeing potential and we keep on pushing them to their potential when they're not already working to be their highest potential themselves, in my experience and in my research, it's a total waste of time, ultimately. And sometimes people need that shock of you leaving or ending the situation to pull their socks up, as we say in the UK, you know, to change and to, you know, read the writing on the wall and wake up and smell the coffee and every other cliche there is about, you know, being open to change and realising that you have more control over your actions than you realise. So yeah, talking about how we can become more constructive in our use of personal energy, because we've only got limited time in this lifetime. Yeah, reincarnation, I believe in that, but I'm only going to be the person who I am now, you know, for a limited amount of time. So that puts life in perspective, you know. So yeah, talking about how we can make the right use of our time, our money and other resources, and, you know, talking about energy management and talking about how important it is to manage your energy over your lifespan, especially when you want to achieve goals and you've got to meet the demands of work and paying for bills and stuff like that as well. Also just talking about how we can just be open to loving ourselves on a deeper level and forgiving ourselves for things that we believe are unforgivable. So yeah, that's the end of the daily scope for the 5th of July.